It is that time yet again for war, baby. No, I'm just kidding. Gacha revenue. Gacha revenue's here. Make sure that you take this with a grain of salt, right? Take it with a grain of salt. I believe last time we learned that was it mobile, or it's like also the PC revenue. This is all mobile revenue, I believe, right? PC revenue isn't being counted, which is I don't know how many players, what percentage of players are on PC compared to like mobile. Obviously there's more mobile players, but take it with a grain of salt. It's just a fun end of the month thing to look at. So solo leveling Arise drops down. I don't play the game. I don't know. I have no idea. Silver and Blood. I saw some people had some, was it sponsorships with that game? I'm not sure. I did see a few creators streaming that. This is their first month and they made 2.4 million. Okay. Girls Frontline 2 drops a lot. It will go back up because there's basically their half anniversary coming up, and that live stream, I watched a creator that had a sponsored live stream, and they are very, very generous for this upcoming anniversary. I believe they're also giving a free character, free 5-star, and then the on banner character Springfield coming up is a very anticipated character. We can even check the prydwen tier list because CN is ahead for Girls Frontline 2. Tier list. You go to CN, Springfield sitting in T0, even for bossing, if you have one copy of her. So Springfield's disgusting. She's a healer. She's a healer that like buffs your team and does like decent damage, I believe. Like insane. Nuts healer. She's gonna pair very, very well with Tololo, who's a selectable standard banner character. Shout out to Girls Frontline 2 for having a selectable standard banner. That is huge. So that revenue will go back up. The current character is very low on the tier list. I think she buff physical. I don't remember. I don't feel like looking at it. But she's not that great. She's easily skippable. I mean, we could even see the current character is so yeah, she's Hydro or a DPS. Like, that's kind of crazy. That is kind of nuts, actually, that a standard banner character sits above her. Yeah, so I mean that explains why this tier list is where it is. And even in CN, she's kind of cheeks, right? Tololo's right next to her, but Tololo with 2 copies, which is very easy to get, is sitting at T0 and bossing. So that's why Girls Frontline 2 is where it is. Shout out to that game. That game is great. Dokkan Battle drops. Infinity Nikki drops. Brown Dust 2. I swear this almost 4 million in revenue, 3.2 million, is all because of Tecton sponsored stream. I swear, bro. I've heard of Brown Dust 2, right? But I've never seen anything from the game until his sponsored stream. Is that why he got banned? No, that can't be, right? Because like Twitch has like a list of like all the sponsorships that they allow. Twitch has to allow it, right? I don't know. I haven't looked into it, but like I wouldn't be surprised. That was insane. Being able to like strip the characters and like, oh, if you don't know, like Brown Dust 2 is the ultimate Gooner game. I don't know how you can just like stream that game like for a sponsorship and not get banned. Like I just don't know. That is it is absolutely insane. I was super surprised at that game. Reverse 1999, they're coming off of a half anniversary. It was pretty generous. We talked about this last time in the tier list video. If you've been playing for 365 days, they gave you a 6-star. It wasn't a 6-star selector, it was a random 6-star. But there was a decent amount of rewards for a half anniversary, I believe. And we do know that the anniversaries for Reverse 1999, they do it big for sure. I believe Lucy was the anniversary character, and that character is still sitting at T0. That character is absolutely disgusting. So I don't know what next month's looking like. I know the next character I do actually want. The current character isn't that great. He's definitely skippable, but yeah, solid for Reverse 1999. Etheria Restart, its first month. Etheria Restart's first month made 7 million mobile revenue, and I'm sure more people are probably playing. I mean, significantly more people are probably playing on mobile than I would say PC. Obviously, your favorite streamers are going to be streaming it on PC, but I would say like 80-90% of players are just like playing it on their phones. 7 million. I don't know if that's necessarily like insane or not. Like, I don't have anything to go off of. I guess if we would go off of anything, it would be One Piece Ambition. It looks like that's their first month, and then Silver and Blood. Obviously, Ethereal Restart was advertised a lot more, so it is gonna make more money. Arknights must have been coming off of an anniversary or some shit. It had to have been, or even a half anniversary. There's no way you drop that much unless it's like just the most anticipated banner in history. That is absolutely mad. That is insane. Cookie Run Kingdom, I'm always surprised by. I low-key thought about downloading this game just to play it on my phone or something. It's always very consistent. It's very consistent. So I don't know if Uma Musume, I know it came out for global. I don't know if this is counted towards that. I would doubt it because I've seen people play it the last few days. So I'm pretty sure this doesn't count towards it. It says combined, but does that mean combined like CN Japan, or combined as in like global and CN? And then like just all regions. I'm not sure if that's the case or not. But Uma Musume, I don't get that game, but hey, if you enjoy it, you enjoy it. Shadowverse, I saw this game. I saw some people, and it's only in global. Okay, I saw some people playing this game. Is this game 17 million? Is crazy, no? 17 million is crazy. That's more than Ethereum Restart. What? Combined, and it just says global. Someone let me know down in the comment section if you play that game or not, and like what's going on there. Honkai Star Rail. Honkai Star Rail. This would have been Cypher banner. Who was before Cypher? Hyacine? So Hyacine made 44. Looks like Cypher dropped down significantly. The fact that we're seeing Honkai Star Rail out of the top 10 is wild. That is absolutely wild to me. That means Wuthering Waves is sitting above it, which is crazy. I'm sure that's going to be a thumbnail for most people. Yeah, that's insane. That's insane. But like, it kind of makes sense. It makes sense because people are saving for Finon, as well as the whole Fate collab, right? To me, this isn't a surprise, honestly. Cypher's great and everything, but again, there's a lot of anticipated things coming up. I definitely can understand why we're seeing 18 million here and not like the typical, what does HSR make on average? I guess probably like 30-40 on average. So it definitely makes sense to see it dip so much. But yeah, interesting. This will go back up though, for sure. This might hit Caster's numbers of like 100 million. Or God, bro, it is gonna go back up a lot. Maybe we make a prediction like 90 to 100 million. With the release of, which is crazy because sure, Saber is gonna have her banner, but like Finon, male banners typically don't do like that well in a lot of these gacha games, and I expect his banner to do exceptional. That character is going to be absolutely insane. I don't know what this is. SD Gundam G Generation Eternal. Okay, it drops down a little bit. Looks like maybe coming off a anniversary. Nikkei is always consistent. It's always consistent. Its numbers don't move. It's the one game on the tier list where its numbers don't move. FGO is always consistent too. Yeah, FGO is just always incredibly consistent. Naruto Mobile, Zenless Zone. Oh my god, Zenless Zone Zero. Damn, that means Wuthering Waves beat Zenless and Honkai Star. That's crazy. 38 million total. 38 million total coming off a Yi Xuan banner. I actually know a lot of people personally that didn't pull for the character. It was a whole like new area too, right? We have the I like to call it Waifu Peninsula. We have that area. I don't believe Jufu counts. Maybe a few days of Jufu's banner counts towards this, but obviously Yi Xuan would have sold more. Pretty decent for Zenless. I'm not gonna lie. That's really good for Zenless. I think Zenless is normally around like 10-15 million. Very solid for Zenless. Yeah, we're coming off of Hugo and Lighter, which is double male banner, so didn't really expect those banner sales to go that crazy. Okay. But yeah, again, Septimont released, and Wuthering Waves had the most anticipated character, I would say, to date. I would say Cartethia is probably the most anticipated character in the history of Wuthering Waves. So it definitely makes sense that their banner sales are some of the highest we've ever seen. Yeah, congrats to Wuthering Waves. Good job. Again, take it all with a grain of salt. It is what it is. I don't know what Seven Knights Rebirth is. That's another Netmarble game apparently. Pokemon TCG, always doing well. That means the top two are Love and Deep Space and Genshin Impact. In what order? Okay, so Genshin Impact will take number one. Who was released? Would this have been Skirk? This would have been Skirk, right? Yeah, so it makes sense their revenue went up. 36 million is kind of like a bad month for Genshin considering the size of the population, but yeah, it makes sense that Skirk brought the sales up. I thought about re-downloading Genshin and pulling Skirk myself after seeing those animations, and then I saw the video. I saw Brand Online's video of the in-game game mode, and I was like, yeah, I don't want to deal with that, because I'm one of those people where I get like most of my fun from just like playing the in-game game modes, right? Unless there's just some like crazy events that are like popping off, but I'm gonna attempt those game modes whether my account is ready or not, and I just didn't want to deal with that frustration. But yeah, Genshin Impact is number one. Shout out to Wuthering Waves doing very well as well. But yeah, that's it. Let me know what you guys think of the Gacha revenue report for June 2025. Leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.